Our last speaker before our intermission, we'll take a quick 15-20 minute intermission right after our next speaker. He is the Executive Director of a Whale Rescue First Responder Unit in the Rhode Island Sound. In another life, he ran the Nature Film Company, producing short-form documentaries for environmental NGOs. He lives with his wife, Lisa, in Saunderstown, and his favorite food just happens to be lobster. Speaking today about the Atlantic Large Whale Disentanglement Network, please welcome John Lang to the stage.
In the next few minutes, you'll hear a little bit about Rhode Island's endangered right whales, the power of individual initiative, cooperation brought to bear to protect them. In 1978, a Newfoundland professor named John Lean acted on his own initiative and rescued an entangled whale from a commercial fishing trap. With the cooperation of the fishermen and his community, he went on to free hundreds of them. Hundreds more have been saved by teams patterned on John's amazing initiative. Today it spans the length of the whale's range all the way from the Canadian Maritime to Florida. The fishermen in his community really trusted John, so much so that when they found a whale in their nets, they called him. And together they worked side by side toward the same goal, though perhaps for very different reasons. This chart shows the migration route a right whale has to take to get through the lobster and gillnet fields east of Block Island. The black sections are areas of intensive lobster and gillnet fishing, a high-intensity danger zone for migrating whales. The disentanglement network should be an option of last resort. Whales should rarely, if ever, become entangled. This particular first responder is in Wickford, put there to find entangled whales in Rhode Island Sound. The network's search and rescue efforts have saved hundreds of whales from the agony of the rope. I encourage you to Google it. You will see some remarkable rescues, and you will also see some terrible injuries. I'm sorry for that. An entanglement like this won't come loose by itself, and it might be carried for years. Most of our whales have scars from previous entanglements. Some have been entangled more than once. Here's the nylon rope that causes the problem. Some kind of substitute has got to be found. There must be some other way to haul the traps, haul the nets that don't use this heavy synthetic line. NOAA and New England fishermen recently agreed on some gear modifications to address the entanglement problem. With high expectation, the changes were put into effect. Soon followed by a truly horrible year of crippling, killing entanglements, and I'm very sorry for that. I've recently asked lobstermen in the area to make a prototype of the way I think lobster can be caught without choking the ocean with 5/16 nylon rope, a way to catch fish and lobsters that doesn't make killing whales. This one is one of 450. One of 450 in the entire world, and it's entangled. When the 17 calves that were born this year migrate through Rhode Island next month, they will encounter thick fields of this deadly entangling gear. For a little whale growing up fast like little kids grow, even a loose entanglement soon gets tight. And within weeks, the damage is terrible. Like I said, they'll be here soon, these 17 calves and their moms. April is the peak of their migration. More than ever, we need eyes on the water. We need cooperation from fishermen, and we need strong alliances ashore. Starting in April, the network will be watching for the signature blow that says to us, right whale. When a first responder finds an entanglement, NOAA will coordinate the rescue attempt. Unfortunately, our network can only reach a small fraction of entanglements, and only a fraction of those are ever successful. The Endangered Species Act has had over 40 years to end this carnage, but it has not been done. I think the balance will tip because the law favors whales. I'd love to be able to stand here someday and tell you that all of our calves reach adulthood and have lots of calves of their own, and that the population is growing by leaps and bounds. But for that future to come, the network and fishermen will have to work together, even if it's for very different reasons. Someday, I think, all the first responders will have gone home, and all the fishermen will be going out to fish without unwanted interference. I know this is a strange-looking animal. I admit there are more attractive whales. But these whales are very rare, very vulnerable. It's a whale so virtuous that our forefathers called it a right one. So, even if an entangled whale isn't really your thing, there's still a lot of great environmental groups in Rhode Island. One of them probably protects a wild place near you. So please join one or form one. Good things can happen when you do. Thank you.